Yesterday, David White, the new interim executive director of the NFL Players Association, sent a communication to all players, and obviously it makes its way to the media. But that's good. That's good because there's been way too much secrecy. Too much information has been withheld from the rank-and-file members of the NFL Players Association in various forms and fashions over the past couple of years. So White realizes this job is a challenge. He identifies three things that need to be done by him as he takes the reins. One, restoring player confidence in the union. He acknowledges recent events have damaged trust between many of you and this organization, and that is putting it lightly.
Yeah.
From the ultra top secret hiring of Lloyd Howell, and look, David White still came in second in a two-horse race between Howell and himself, and now he's the interim executive director, but that's okay. It's a player's prerogative. But everything that's happened from the collusion ruling that was hidden, there's no good reason for doing that. There's just a lot of mistrust right now, and I think they do need to clear the air and regain trust with a lot of the players who are wondering what the hell is going on. Number two, addressing time-sensitive challenges facing the organization. That's putting it mildly as well, Chris. They got some stuff they got to figure out, especially the collusion case. They're going to appeal it. What's their case going to be? Are they going to push it forward? Are they going to try to settle it? What's going on there? And there's just a lot of stuff. It just feels like there's a lot of stuff that's been neglected during this past month of turmoil with the union. And the other thing they have to do, they have to select a permanent leader. And I think David White probably wants to be that guy. He wanted to be the permanent leader 2 years ago. So, I was saying they should maybe get an interim executive director who clearly doesn't want to be the permanent executive director, but I think he does. So while he's trying to serve the players, he's also going to be playing the political game of positioning himself to be the next guy. And let's just call that what it is. It can be two very different things.
Yeah.
And it can conflict. We got to do what's right for the players, and I'm going to do what's right for me by positioning myself with player leadership so they will hire me to be the executive director.
Yeah, you got to do that. But I think the big thing is that restoring the confidence back with the players is the biggest thing, right? There's that sentiment out there. And, yes, you explained all the things that have gone on. It's not a great look. It's certainly not that way. We're in an era right now, where because of social media and other stuff we talk about, the players need somebody that can stick up for them and get at the forefront every now and then. The owners have all the power. And there's always been a long time feeling of, man, it feels like the NFLPA president's usually kind of in cahoots with the NFL and sometimes listens to Roger Goodell and those people a little too much. And this is a time here when we know the CBA is coming again soon and all that, and there's a few tactics, franchise tag, fifth-year option, things like that really hurt the players, where we need somebody strong as far as the NFLPA is considered. Go ahead, Mike. Yeah.
You want to flex your muscles right away, David White, here's what you do. Two things.
Yeah.
Number one, file a grievance today challenging Jerry Jones negotiating directly with players. Put an end to that now. Start the process now to stand up for Micah Parsons and all current and future Cowboys players who may find themselves being in the middle of this mess where the owner is trying to negotiate with them directly and bypassing their agent. It's been one of the biggest stories of the last 2 weeks in the NFL. Do something about it. And secondly, demand a full accounting for this entire deal between NFL Media and ESPN, where the league takes 10% equity interest in ESPN that isn't going to be shared with the players. The players don't get to share in that equity that's worth $2.5 to $3 billion. What the hell is this? How are we going to be compensated for carving off these NFL Media assets and giving them to ESPN, and you get equity that we don't touch? So there's two reasons for him to be banging on the door.
Definitely.
And talking to the commissioner and finding out. And this is how you win. You have to win respect. You have to be able to show up and ask tough questions and get them rattled and understand that I'm not going to be a pushover, and you're not going to cozy up to me, and you're going to be able to run all over me and get 18 games and get 16 international games and then come to me and explain why we think 50% is too much. We think we need to drop it to 45% or 43% because of all the expenses we have. You got to fight for your players, and I don't know who's fighting for the players.
No,
They're too
I
busy
think that's
fighting among themselves.
That's the problem. Yeah, that is the problem, and that's why I say we need somebody strong that's going to be, willing to be unpopular in the public eye a little bit. And I think that's where there's been the mistrust about the NFLPA leadership a little bit, is a lot of players feel like, yeah, wait, he cares about us a little, but he wants to keep his job, so he's worried about that. And he knows within keeping his job, he's got to keep a good relationship with the NFL and kind of kiss the shield and do all that a little bit at the same time. And within that, at times, I think players feel like, wait, I don't know if you're necessarily doing what's best for us, right? You're trying to bridge a gap, make them happy, because these guys know, too, if they piss the NFL off, sorry, London, that the NFL can make a smear campaign on you as NFLPA president that'll ultimately end your lifespan there as that as well. So, and that was always a thing, right? When I was a player, Gene Upshaw did a lot of good things, certainly. But there was a lot of guys in our locker room and other locker rooms that were like, man, he feels like he's best friends with the commissioner a lot. Is he really putting us up at the forefront here? Or is he kind of just trying to, hey, I helped the players out, I really helped myself out, and I helped the NFL out? And it's just a tough time right now. We need a real strong president for sure.
And see, what happened was they hired Lloyd Howell under this notion that you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, right? And D. Smith, the last executive director, wanted to fight too much. No, the fighting doesn't do us any good. Let's partner with the NFL. It's a partnership. The problem is you approach it as a partnership, and they approach it as, how can we stab you in the back? I'm sorry, but they're ruthless. They're ruthless. They'll smile to your face, and they will rip your heart out when you're not looking. And you have to approach it that way. These are the most accomplished business professionals in the country. Many of them. Some of them inherited their competence or didn't. But for the most part, you're talking about, especially the people who run the show, they know how to get what they want. So you have to be ready to fight. And you have to show that you can fight. And you have to win their respect and ultimately a little bit of their fear. That's why I was saying they should have hired Mark Murphy. They really want to scare the NFL. Mark Murphy, the president of the Packers, age limit, He goes out, hey, NFLPA, bring him in. That's what they should. And they should still do it for the executive director job because they need somebody that the owners will fear. And I don't think they have feared any executive director, I don't know, for decades.
I agree.
Let's take a break. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.